But you mentioned Taker there as well, and the feud for this match as well, the build to this bout at WrestleMania has also been well done. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, but they planted the seeds of the Rumble. They did what they did last week with Taker laying at Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns this week showing a more heelish side. I mean, obviously the biggest question in everyone's mind right now, does Roman go heel after either at WrestleMania or after WrestleMania? In my mind, I think this would be the catalyst, the perfect time to turn him, but I feel like we've all said that a million times. So what have been your thoughts going into this feud, and do you think this could be the time they finally pull the trigger on a Roman Reigns heel turn?
Okay, this may be unpopular, but I absolutely hate what is happening here. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan, and that is not even the reason why I hate what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I don't like the idea of Roman Reigns, especially with I think the perfect representation of why I don't like this was Shawn Michaels showing up. Shawn Michaels had no reason to come out there. What tie does Shawn Michaels have to Roman Reigns? I understand his tie to Undertaker. You know, he retired him. I get all that. And when Shawn Michaels came out with Triple H, that's Triple H's best friend, and he has a tie to the Undertaker, and he's got ties to both sides. That's why he feels like he has to come out. Shoehorning Shawn Michaels in here is not the right answer, and I think the answer that Roman Reigns gave to Shawn Michaels is the reason why I have no faith in this. I think that they're kind of teetering Roman Reigns in this tweener area, this gray area between heel and face right now, because they know he's going to be booed against Undertaker. He is going to stay face coming out of this. When he said, hey, it's really cool that you're here, Shawn Michaels, but I'm not really here to talk to you. He should have just dropped Shawn Michaels where he stood and been like, no one tells me what I'm doing. He should go heel. And here's the thing, if you turn him heel, all the people who hate him will now start to like him. All the people who like him will still like him. And then when everybody starts to like him organically, then you turn him face, and WWE's problem of everyone hating Roman Reigns is gone. There will always be a contingent of fans who don't like this guy, but it should be pretty easy to turn him heel, let him have a little heel run, and you know what? By next WrestleMania, he'd be face again. And you know what? Vince could wash his hands of it. He's got the top guy he loves, but he is so dedicated to keeping this guy face. It's sickening to me. I don't like it. And I think the idea of building to Roman Reigns versus Undertaker, because in my opinion, I think Roman Reigns wins the match. And coming out of it, will remain face. So if you beat Undertaker and remain face, completely counterproductive to what they should be doing.
Yeah, I mean, just coming out of WrestleMania, he's already hated as it is, and beating the one guy who's only been beaten once at WrestleMania, and then expect him to still be. I was gonna say expect him to still be cheered, but he's not really being cheered all that heavily in most cities, so it doesn't really make much sense. I see where they're going with this, but at the same time, do you think having Taker win and putting the 50-year-old broken down body of the Undertaker over Roman Reigns, do you think that sends a good message as well, or do you think there could be a win-win in having Taker win and then having Roman Reigns attack him afterward or something like that?
Oh, I'm all in on a heel turn. If they were to turn him heel, I would support his character. Everything that he does would be more acceptable if he was the bad guy. The problem is, I have no faith at all that they're turning this guy heel. Mm-hmm. I think they're just letting him float in that gray area because they know he's already going to get booed. But as soon as Undertaker's out of the picture, he's going up against a top heel coming out of this. And like I said, I do believe, I know there was reports, I think Dave Meltzer said that the main event of WrestleMania 34 is already inked in and stuff like that. There's no way in hell WWE has that book that far ahead. Now, they may have an idea, but that's certainly not the game plan. I could see Roman Reigns taking the title from Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and that's the guy. You know, because if you build Brock Lesnar up, wins the championship in Goldberg, and has all this momentum, you have to pass that momentum on to somebody. You want to pass it on to a guy who you have a lot of faith in. WWE loves Roman Reigns. Vince McMahon loves Roman Reigns. I think SummerSlam in Brooklyn, Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship after beating Undertaker. And he's a face the whole time, too.
Exactly. The funny thing is that he'll beat Taker at Mania. I mean, there's kind of no question about that. I think he's my official prediction as well. He'll beat Taker at Mania. He'll get booed. And then he'll beat Lesnar at SummerSlam in Brooklyn, of all places, where he'll still get booed and win the championship. And yeah, as you said, he'll be a face the entire time unless they come to their senses. The only thing I think, as you had said, I think he needs to be a heel. And it kind of worked for AJ, not that he was being booed before, but he came to WWE, he was popular, but I don't think his level of fanfare was nearly where it's at right now. And turning him heel to the point where now everybody pretty much loves AJ Styles, and turning him back face eventually, which he is destined to be at some point or another in the near future. They got to do the same thing with Roman Reigns, hopefully at some point. But my only gripe with this, as you had said, is that despite it being the right thing to do, there have been so many opportunities to do it, whether it be at Survivor Series 2015 when he could have joined the Authority, or at Mania this past year in the feud, or last year with Triple H, and this past year with Seth Rollins and doing a double turn. There's just been so many opportunities. They drop the ball every single time. They are so adamant about making him face. They're so short-sighted and not thinking long-term and turning him heel and then back face, as you had said, which would work out so much easier. But I guess we'll see come WrestleMania.